was missing.
I'm thinking it could be like one of her boo-boo kittens, I guess.
What's a boo?
We're talking about the fabulous liar from every other show he's been on.
I was the guy that lied about his grandma dying.
That ain't gonna work in here, but yeah.
She hired me to style her for a photo shoot. It was like The Exorcist. She came in like her head was spinning.
Do you see the problem with that?
Don't you see how fascinating I am on the photo?
Yeah, I say it's a lot of fascinating people in prison. There's a big world out there, and it's filled with people that just don't see eye to eye. See, that's why I come here. See, I ain't got a law degree, and I'm way too fly to wear a robe. But this is where common sense presides, in my house. Court is now in session.
All rise for the Honorable Judge Steve Harvey.
Welcome to court, everybody.
This is the case of Sunky Angel versus Tyrone Clark. Sunky is suing Tyrone for $8,000 for a one-of-a-kind glass mohawk she claims he stole, and for breaking her glass cutting machine. Tyrone says he's not a thief and he's not paying.
All right, let's start with you, Sunky. You have 30 seconds to state your case.
Hello, Judge Steve. I am Sunky Angel. I have mohawks that I create that are made out of glass, and that's never been done before. And I discovered one day that my mohawk was missing. And I have a glass cutting machine as well that I use to make my special made design mohawk, and it's broken. And I know it had to have been him because he was the only person that was in my house.
Okay, so how much are you suing for?
For $8,000.
Tyrone, it's your turn. You have 30 seconds to respond.
Your Honor, first of all, she's trifling for saying that, okay, because that's something special to her. Second of all, I don't know how to even use a glass machine, so there's no reason for me to take her stuff. I don't do stuff like that, period.
Now, you know you was the last person that was in my house, Tyrone. Don't get on here and play like that. Don't do that. Because you know you was the last person there. Who else broke it? How did it break?
Okay, well, let's find out. Let's talk about this mohawk. Well,
Yes.
What is it for? Are you an entertainer or something?
I'm a transgender recording artist, comedian, and a lot of people know me for my signature mohawk piece. When people see me comment, this mohawk is like Michael Jackson's glove. I'm the only one that's coming with it, you know what I'm saying? So, you know I'm heated. I'm from Alabama. I'm a Southern Belle, and I'm not gonna have it with him.
How do you respond to this?
I mean, first of all, we're super close friends. We've been friends since 2012, okay? I met her on a music set of hers, and I saw her dancing, shaking her booty. I like the way she twerks and everything. She knows how to work it. So I've been a fan of hers, and we've been friends ever since. But she just got the
I probably should have left him there.
to say that I
I
took
probably
her
should have
son.
left him there, because that's where he should have stayed, a
Girl,
fan.
bye.
You should have
Whatever.
stayed a fan.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about the mohawk. Now, use it to perform. It's a one of a kind.
It's custom
Okay.
made.
Oh, I see. Oh,
Yes.
that's slick.
I've probably styled maybe about 5 or 6 of them
Okay.
within my lifetime.
And they're pretty popular.
A lot of people want me to sell them, but I just feel like it'll lose its value if I, you
So
know,
they're just for you.
it's just for me.
Okay, so now let's get to this part about it. It's missing. How did it come up missing?
Tyrone comes over to my house, and I had a studio session with my producer, and I told him if he wanted to leave to make sure he closed the door and lock it if he left my house. When I came back to my house, I kept passing by my closet, and I'm like, where's my mohawk?
How long were you in that by yourself?
Under 5 minutes. Most
what?
of the time I went and set my butt on
Now,
my
you know
toilet
what?
seat.
You over there lying
and
like a
took
tall
poopy.
palm tree.
So I have
Don't do
no
that.
reason.
You're lying.
I have,
Yeah.
You're lying.
Let
You're
me
like
tell you something. What we're
SpongeBob.
not finna do up
You
in
lying.
here is lie like a tall
Oh,
palm
no,
tree.
I'm not lying.
Now, you tell another lie. But these tall palm tree lies, we're gonna cut this out right now.
That's right.
Would it take a person more than 5 minutes to remove that mohawk?
I mean, it just depends on where she placed it.
Now, you know my mohawk is in my closet at all times. Don't come and see you trying to be
You
funny.
came back home and you realized
Yes.
it was missing.
Yes.
So after you found out it was missing, did you start taking note of anything else?
I
What?
started something because I'm like, I told him to lock the door, so it couldn't have been nobody else. I thought maybe in my mind, I'm like, maybe somebody came into my apartment, but the door was locked, right?
Tyrone, how do you think the mohawk came up missing?
I believe that it could have been one of her guy friends.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it could be like one of her boo-boo kittens, I guess, her boo-boo kittens. So that's what I'm thinking, her zaddy.
What's a boo?
So basically, he's trying to make it seem like it's a man that might be interested in me, or like maybe
That she
somebody that I
hangs
like
around
that I
with,
have invited to my
that
house.
might have
I feel
taken
like that's
her
what he's
stuff.
trying to insinuate. And I'm
Besides
not
the
gonna sit up
alien.
here and try to make it seem like it's some man when you
Girl,
know I don't let no
girl,
man come to my house. And you know COVID is
Bye,
going on, so I'm
Felicia.
not gonna let nobody come to my
Bye.
house. Respect the court.
I'm going back to you, Sunky. So break down how you make up this mohawk, because I'm trying to get to this $8,000 suit.
Okay. So with the gems and the jewels, I had to buy a lot of pieces. This one took about a month.
And you think to make this one cost about how much?
$5,000. That's why I'm suing him $5,000.
Yeah. So $5,000.
$5,000. And then the fact that, like I said, when I came home, my glass cutting machine was not working. I don't know if he
Now
tried
tell me
to
about
make.
this glass cutting machine. You got your own glass cutter because you cut these pieces.
Yes, I actually had to buy it from someone.
Do we have an invoice for this?
Yes, I actually have an invoice here that I submitted to the court.
Okay, we got it right here. Glass cutting tools, double head, convex mirror cutting machine.
Yes.
$3,000. So now, the 2 days that it took you to discover that the mohawk was missing and the glass cutter had been moved, who had been in the home during that period?
Nobody. It was
So
just
the
me.
last person you're saying was in your home
Was Tyrone, the walking palm tree.
Girl, pie.
Now, Tyrone, now let's talk about this before. You're admittedly an admirer of Sunky.
Of course, she's all that in a bag of chips. Of course, she's fabulous.
So now, in your admiring of her, you like these head dresses, you think that's pretty fly.
But I know he said he wanted one. He
Have
said
you
he
ever
wanted one.
one?
Of
Now
course.
lie about that.
Of
Oh, you
course.
wanted one?
Absolutely.
Have you ever asked her to make you one?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
And I told him
when she
no.
told you the price, you
I
said
told him no.
because you want to keep it unique.
I don't want it to lose its value.
So you've asked for it, she refused to make it, but you still want one.
Of course.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, of course.
Now, let me ask you something. You all have had some other transactions?
Yeah. So throughout the years, we've exchanged stuff, and like I said, I like her style, and I did bring a bag with some stuff just to bring some peace. One of her famous shirts that she has, the
That's
alien,
my shirt. That's
alien
what I was
shirt
telling you. I said that one of my
I bought,
shirts was
that she
missing.
gave me consent
One of my
for.
shirts was missing.
One
That's
at a
the
time.
alien logo.
One at a time.
So it wasn't like I just up and take her stuff. She gave me consent. So she said, yeah, you can borrow this. And then I have other items. I'm not going to pull everything out your eye.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
pull it out. Pull it
But
out.
it's like,
Go ahead and reveal it. Go ahead and
pull
pull it
it
out.
out.
okay, you're doing the most.
Go ahead and
You're
pull it
doing the
out. No,
most.
that's
Bye,
the most right
Felicia.
there.
Tyrone, you borrowed that?
Yeah.
No, he stole.
Now, sir,
It don't make no
I
sense.
don't know how else to say this. That ain't your size. Okay, so I'm assuming you brought these clothes to give them back.
The thing is, Your Honor, I want to show her, I'm a good person. I have integrity. If I had her mohawk, I would have had it in the dang bag.
Let me just tell you where I'm at so far.
Yeah.
I believe she's telling the truth. I believe no one was in the house for the 2 days that it took her to discover. I believe that. Let's just go off that. How can you tell me that her machine that she uses to cut glasses was moved and it doesn't work and the mohawk is missing and you wanted one and you take pieces to fit your person? Prove to me it wasn't you. You tell me that her machine that she uses to cut glasses was moved and it doesn't work and the mohawk is missing. Prove to me it wasn't you.
I submitted my evidence of me going in my closet because she kept accusing that, oh, it's in your closet, you hide it,
You
yada, yada.
submitted a video
Yes, footage,
evidence
y'all. Oh,
that
yes,
you
I got
don't
the
have?
receipts.
Well, you need to
Let's
show
see.
me.
I got the
Please show me,
Let's see
baby.
it.
Please show
Mama
me.
raised me.
You need to show me, baby. I need to see this.
Show you that I do not have her mohawk. You don't see no mohawk. So I don't know what she is talking about, but there is no mohawk In this closet, I rest my case.
Period.
Woo! I'm getting heated. Like, it's making me mad. It's making me so mad. Like, are you serious?
I'll bust you upside your head.
That's right, Judge. That's right. That's right. That's right.
You didn't show the floor of the closet. You didn't show the desk. You didn't show the bed.
Come on.
You could have ran that camera under the bed. Do you have a wig stand at your house?
Yeah, I borrowed some of her wigs before too. So,
Yes. It looked bad. So now let me get to it. I believe when she said something was missing. I believe when she said you were the only person in the house. I believe that. But the law is quite simple here. If you take something or steal something or is responsible for the loss of something, then you're responsible for that item. I can't explain any other reason why this woman's mohawk is missing. But neither can you. Here's what I think happened. I think you spent more than 5 minutes in a house.
Definitely.
I think you tried to make a mohawk. I think you got your hands on some glass. That's what I'm just telling you what I think.
It's strange you say that because my glass pieces were all over the place. Everything was just moved around all out of way.
Listen to me. I know.
doing the most.
I know. Because I know when you want something that you can't have, most people going to try to find a way. So I think you tried to make a mohawk and you found out it was a little more difficult than it was. And the machine got jammed up and it broke and shorted out. I think that's what happened to the machine. I can't really prove that, but I think. I also think you took the mohawk.
Oh, Lordy.
I think you got the mohawk. Or if you don't, I think you know who has the mohawk. You seem like a nice guy, man. You can come on and just end this and admit to it, and we can get on out of here. Am I way off on anything I'm thinking? I know I'm not. See, listen to me. Look, man. Listen, man. The thing I've never had to go to school for was this here. I know how to look at another man and put him in that position. So I gave him an option to just have a moment, and he gave me the moment I needed for. It's real simple. Something happened to the mohawk, and you know exactly what happened to the mohawk. Just tell me what happened to the mohawk.
When I went inside to use the restroom, so one of her zaddies came over, and when I came out, I'm like, okay, so everything's cool. He left as well. And that's about it. But I'm thinking it's probably possibly him, one of.
Exactly. That's why I've reached a verdict. First of all, I order you to return all of the items in that bag to the plaintiff. That's for starters. And then, that's a nice step, but we're not through. I am also awarding her the full amount of $8,000. $5,000 for the mohawk and $3,000 for the machine, because you know more to this story than you're telling, young man. That's my verdict. That's the case.
Johnny needs to stop being a little bitch. Wrestle me for the money.
I actually know Big Papa Pump. When he said you could wrestle him for the money, I strongly don't suggest.
This is the case of Johnny Fairplay versus Ron Gossett. Johnny is suing wrestling promoter Ron for $5,000 in appearance fees. Ron claims he made Johnny an offer to triple his money, but Johnny refused.
All right, let's start with you, Johnny. You got 30 seconds to state your case.
Your Honor, Mr. Gossett is a wrestling promoter that owes me $5,000 for wrestling appearances in 2018. It's been 3 years. I'm here for my money.
That's clear cut. Ron, it's your turn. You got 30 seconds to respond.
Yes, Judge Harvey. I don't deny the fact that he worked for me in 2018, but he didn't finish the 3-show run. And there's some other compensating factors of why those shows didn't draw and why he didn't get paid. I'm here to defend that.
Well, let's start with you, Johnny Fairplay. Tell me exactly what it is you do. You say he's a wrestling promoter, and you're what?
I'm a wrestler. I was on the television show Survivor. I was the guy that lied about his grandma dying.
Why'd you lie about your grandmama dying?
I had a friend come and tell me that she died to gain sympathy, and I used that later in the show.
Oh, okay. Okay, I got you.
But it's a television show, Your Honor. It's okay.
Oh, okay. Okay. That ain't gonna work in here, but yeah. That'll work right there, I understand. So, you're a wrestler?
I'm a bad guy wrestling personality, like a manager, like a Jimmy Hart or Bobby the Brain Heenan or a Paul Heyman.
Mouth of the South.
Absolutely.
Something
One of my
like
heroes.
that. Okay, good. All right, so now tell me the arrangement.
Mr. Gossett is a business associate, not that great at business, but business nonetheless.
I agree with that.
I've wrestled for Mr. Gossett 2012 through 2018. I did 6 appearances for him, and he's a very likable guy. So I was more than happy to have done the appearances that I did. Fast forward to 2018,
Okay.
Mr. Gossett recontacts me and says, "Would you like to work for me again?" And I say yes.
All right, so now, Ron, is all of this true? Tell me your side to this.
So I'm the president of Universal Championship Wrestling, Your Honor, and we run events all through the Southeast and Southwest, and we film those live events also for television. So I asked Johnny Fairplay to be on the show and manage a couple of wrestlers. On the first event in August, we were going to do a show on the south side of Atlanta, and that was in an outdoor rodeo-style arena. It was all concrete and steel, but inclement weather came in. It was thunderstorms, lightning. We had to call it off. No one showed. It was pouring down rain, so the talent did show up, but we had to cancel the show.
Okay, now, Johnny, what was the arrangement?
That I was to be paid for my wrestling appearance.
Yeah, how much was that for, sir?
$2,500, Your Honor.
$2,500 for your wrestling appearance.
For a wrestling appearance.
Did you perform?
I was there.
Okay, you were there. What happened?
There were thunderstorms, and as a result, no one was there, so he canceled the show. But I still showed up. I was still in my outfit, ready to perform.
Right. Okay, so you canceled the show because of...
Safety, Your Honor. I mean, it's lightning. It's a concrete and steel facility.
About how big a show was this?
There's probably about 25 wrestlers on the show.
Oh, okay. How many people were you expecting?
Probably about 2,500 to 3,000 people.
Okay. Did any of the wrestlers get paid?
No, they decided to go ahead and take the booking in October.
All right, let's talk about this booking in October.
Well, Your Honor, I asked for my money that night, and he said, "I'll do you one better, Fairplay. You come back at a later show, and I'll pay you double. I'll pay you for this one and the next one." And I said, "What about my money tonight?" He said, "Look, the show's canceled. I'm not a meteorologist." And I'm like, "I don't care what your profession is. I came for my money." He goes, "Look, I'll make it good. We'll do double the money on the October show." So I agreed to the October show.
Okay, so October rolls around. Where's this show, Mr. Gossett?
This North Atlanta Trade Center on the north side, October 7th.
Did you show up for this one?
Yes, Your Honor. However, October 7th, the Atlanta Braves are in the National League Championship Series against the Los Angeles Dodgers. They won the game, which is great. Go Braves. However, you don't run against the Braves, especially in National League Championship Series. So guess who's there? No one.
Just let me take a shot at this.
Okay.
Probably had to get the arena advanced 30, 45 days, 60 days out in front. Nobody that year thought the Braves.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
So now, you get there that night, and what happens?
There's a handful of people. The show does happen. He goes, "Hey, Fairplay, it's a lighthouse. So if you come back a third time, I'll pay you triple."
All right, hold on. Let me go to you, Mr. Gossett. What happened that night?
Unfortunately, it was a terrible turnout.
How many people that you expected that night?
Probably a couple of thousand also. They only had about 250 people show up.
How expensive is it to put on an event like this?
Your Honor, it's going to get into the $25,000 range, and that's not including, the building. When you're talking about talent, their fees, lodging, and then you're talking about advertising. I even brought and submitted to the court, a poster, a flyer of some of the event that we do. When we go into that, we also put on television, commercials, radio. It's very expensive.
So these two events that you've canceled are the one you had to cancel for weather and the one that turned out light because them damn Braves messed around and won again. About how much would you say you lost?
Probably close to $85,000 when you count the money I have to pay back to talent.
Have you paid any of the performers yet?
No, sir.
Still, nobody got paid?
Nope.
Had you heard, Mr. Johnny, had you heard of anybody getting paid?
No, Your Honor.
See, your name is Johnny Fairplay, but you play the bad guy.
In real life, I'm great. I'm super nice.
You lied about your grandmama dying. See, once you give me that information right there, I can. But I believe you're a nice guy. Now, you get to the second one. He tells you he doesn't have it again. Where are you mentally right now?
I'm beyond frustrated. So it's one of those, fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, shame on you. He's asked me to come to a third show. I can't. What's going to be the excuse the third time? Who knew that asteroids were going to hit the Earth today?
Has this ever occurred before, Mr. Gossage, where you can't pay that night and you asking them to hold off to the next gig?
What I can tell you is they always stuck with me. They knew I was good for it. We came through it, and that's why I've been doing it so long.
Okay. Mr. Gossage, I understand that we have a witness on video on your behalf.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Your behalf.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
All right, let's play the video.
I'm Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner, and I worked for Ron many a times. I got Ronnie's back on this one. There's 3 shows. The second one got rained out. Which sport doesn't get rained out? They do it in football, baseball, golf. You can't control the weather. And the third show, I was paid in full. Johnny needs to stop being a little bitch. Stop going to court. If you don't like it, wrestle me for the money.
Now, this is Big Papa Pump. He was at both shows, didn't get paid, showed up for a third one that I'm about to hear about, and he got paid.
Yes, sir. He's former world champion with WWE and WCW.
Yeah.
Also one of our world champions.
I actually know Big Papa Pump. That's why when he said you can wrestle him for the money, I strongly don't suggest.
I would prefer not to, Your Honor.
Your Honor, that would be a great ruling, by the way.
Yeah. So now, tell me about this third gig that he offered.
He says show up for a third gig.
You said no.
I'll give you 3 times what we agreed upon, so that's $7,500. I'm done, Your Honor. I just want my money.
Mr. Gossage, tell me about this third gig.
It turned out great. We had about 2,800 people. Everyone got their money. We made great money, and the fans were happy.
So now, these other 25 wrestlers that were there for the first and second performance that didn't get paid, they all came for the third one, and you made it good according to Big Papa Pump.
Absolutely.
Everybody's happy. Everybody got their money.
Everybody was happy, and unfortunately, Johnny decided to not play ball, so he didn't get paid. My whole premise was to make it all good and him work another show, and I left that door open for him to work another event for us, and it's still open today. If he would work, and we would make it all whole.
Now, let me ask you something, Mr. Fairplay. Your previous dealings before this August 2018 event, describe your relationship with Mr. Gossage.
Well, I think he's a likable guy. There's a sprinkle of shady, but very likable guy. And as I said, he did give me almost all my money, 4 to 6 times, all my money, and just a little light on 2 others.
When you say little light, what you talking about?
Like $50, $100 short. So it's just like,
I disagree.
I thought there was 20. I thought there was 2,000 in the envelope. Oh, it's only 1,900.
I disagree, Your Honor. If I'm going to pay him $2,500, why am I going to short him $50? We're talking about the fabulous liar from every other show he's been on, and he wants to worry about my dignity. I'm a championship wrestler, championship promoter.
Come on, baby.
Maybe Your Honor will allow him to wrestle me for the money.
Oh, I'd love to. I want to see it. We can do it right here, but
it'd be fantastic.
Yeah, ABC not gonna allow that.
Oh, okay.
Steve Harvey. Oh yeah, let's do it. Actually, these 2 desks out here, it'd be nice. Well, listen. I've reached a verdict. I'm a little messed up with my decision here. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like this show no more. I don't want to be a judge no more. No, really, because this is the part I don't like. Because normally I listen to the story, and the story helps me with my verdict. But the story didn't help me this time. Here's the part that I cannot get out of my head. Had you done the third gig like the man requested, he would have made you whole like he made the other wrestlers and performers. That I believe to be a true fact. But the gig did do well, and he did make everybody whole, and you probably at that time could have made Mr. Fairplay whole. See, I don't like this verdict because I always like to go against the grain. I don't know how they let me be a judge, to be honest with you. All right, my verdict is for the plaintiff. I rule in favor of the plaintiff for $5,000. That's my verdict, and that's how I see it.
I hired him because I want to become the next Indian Adriana Lima, the eyes, the bone structure.
I'm the black version of Bill Gates, but...
This is the case of Isaiah Pinnell versus Pinky Siroha. Isaiah is suing his client Pinky for $2,000 in unpaid styling fees and stolen clothing. Pinky says Isaiah's shoddy service messed up her modeling career, and she's countersuing for $1,000.
Let's start with you, Isaiah. You've got 30 seconds to state your case.
Yes, Your Honor. My name is Isaiah Pinnell, and I'm here today to sue Miss Scammer USA, here, Pinky, and the amount of $2,000 that she owes me. I want to first off and start by saying that she's a fraud, she's a phony, and she's a fake. She hired me to style her for a photo shoot. She agreed upon paying me. I was never paid. She also owes me a late fee of $300, and she also owes me $200 for the dresses that she stole from me.
Okay. Pinky, it's your turn now. You have 30 seconds to respond.
My name is Pinky Siroha. I'm here to defend myself. I did not steal those dresses like he assumed. Those are my dresses. And I'm countersuing him for $1,000 for ruining my modeling career in Los Angeles.
Can I say something, Your Honor?
Yeah, go ahead.
Honestly, you don't have a modeling career, so I don't know how I can ruin something that doesn't exist.
Something, I knew you was going to say that.
Yes.
That's why I let you say it, because I said, well,
Yes.
How does she hire you to be her stylist?
So we met back in 2019 at LA Fashion Week. I was one of the head stylists. I was styling a fashion show. She was looking for a stylist to do a photo shoot with her to help build her portfolio and her career. So we built like a client-friend relationship, and from there I gave her a contract. We talked about doing a photo shoot, so I gave her a contract as far as what I can provide.
So why did you hire him?
I hired him because I want to become the next Indian Adriana Lima in Los Angeles.
Because we have a photo.
That's my twin, Your Honor. I'm the Indian version of her. Do you see how we look alike? The eyes, the bone structure.
I'm the black version of Bill Gates, but... Okay, so let me go back to you, Isaiah.
Yes, sir.
So tell me exactly what you were contracted or asked to do.
So I was asked to do a photo shoot for her. She wanted me to style her, and it was also her birthday. So what we were going to do is a birthday photo shoot, as well as shoot some editorial looks and headshots.
For the business?
For her. This was for her, yeah.
Was there a service agreement?
Yeah, there was a service agreement. I have a contract here.
Can you get that for me, please?
And in the contract, it states as far as what was provided and what was to be expected. She also signed off. She read and agreed upon this. This wasn't something that she wasn't aware of.
Transportation, $100. Hair and makeup artist, $250. Styling/wardrobe, 6 looks, 8 hours, and plus hourly after 8 hours, $1,000. And tailoring alterations, dry clean fee, $150. So $1,500. All right, looks pretty cut and dry.
Yes, sir.
Looks pretty good. Did you get a deposit?
I did not receive any deposit.
You didn't get anything?
No.
So you just trusted her?
I just trusted her.
And are you aware of this invoice?
Yes, Your Honor.
You agreed to it?
I agreed.
Okay. Now, did the photo shoot take place?
The photo shoot did take place.
All right, so
It
tell
did.
me how it went.
So I sent her a luxury SUV to pick her up, but when she arrived, it was like a model demon from hell. She was completely crazy. It was like The Exorcist. She came in like her head was spinning. She was kicking things around. She was yelling at me, and she was yelling at my team. She was like, I'm Adriana Lima. I'm this, I'm that. I have wings, I have feathers. And it was just like, I was scared. I was really scared. I was like, I didn't know what was happening. I was like, something came over.
Okay,
and
so
possessed her.
let me go over to you, Pinky. So, tell me what happened. Is this true?
Yes, it is true, Your
Oh,
Honor.
okay.
But I have a good statement why I did it. It was self-defense. Because I don't like the way he's bossing me around. He's like, Pinky, wear this dress, that dress, this dress, la 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 la. He's like that. Pinky, this doesn't look good on you. You don't look fabulous.
It's called direction.
You're
It's
horrible.
called
You can't model.
directing.
You can't take
He's
pictures.
directing a photo shoot.
But now with all the nagging and all the name callings he's doing during the
What did
photo
I call
shoot,
you? What names did I call you?
you were like, oh, girl, lose some weight and all that.
No, I said loosen up because you were stiff. You were really
He
stiff.
said loosen up.
Oh,
Your
loosen
face was
up.
stiff.
Let
Your
me
body
put
was
it in
stiff.
how
is
you
You
do
didn't
it.
pose.
I'm pretty sure it's a little bit late to lose weight at the photo shoot. That I know.
He was demanding that so he
And
didn't look
most
for
people
jobs.
who are photographers are not insulting to the client because they're trying to get the best from the client. Do we have photos from the photo shoot? So whose idea was it to throw the toilet tissue in there?
It was my idea. Everything was my idea. She loved it. She was crying with
Did you-
excitement. She
did
was
you
so
like
happy.
it?
Yes, I did.
All right, good. Okay, give me the next photo.
That's the Adriana look, the Adriana pose.
Have you ever thought about developing a pinky look?
Yes, indeed.
Let's go back to Isaiah. Now, what about this wardrobe that I see in here? You had some looks and you provided some wardrobe?
Yes.
Where did these dresses come from?
They came from a showroom that I work with. Had lent me the dresses. It's
Oh,
a very
okay.
well-known designer in LA. They lent me the dresses just because I work with them a lot. So at the end of the photo shoot, I was cleaning up, I was packing up everything, and I noticed that a few of the dresses were missing. So I was assuming like, oh, hey, maybe the dresses got misplaced or maybe someone put them in the wrong place. However, come to find out, she stole the dresses.
Oh, wait, excuse me. Did you take the dresses?
Harvey to settle it? Apply at JudgeSteveHarveyCasting.com.
So at the end of the photo shoot, I was cleaning up, I was packing up everything, and I noticed that a few of the dresses were missing. So I was assuming like, oh, hey, maybe the dresses got misplaced or maybe someone put them in the wrong place. However, come to find out, she stole the dresses.
Oh, wait, excuse me. Did you take the dresses?
Yes, but they're mine. Because I modeled them, I rocked the runway, and the reason why I'm obligated to keep the dress because models keep it. They work for it. They pose. They, work so hard to look fabulous. It's not
Okay.
easy looking fabulous like
Okay,
this.
my researchers are
Your
telling
Honor.
me that they have some information. And this is what it says. MMG is recognized nationally and internationally as a highly successful model and talent management company. Compensation is typically monetary, but there might be selected situations where the model is paid in product.
Yes.
In these cases, this would also be agreed upon prior to the job. If not, it's not standard business practice for the model to be allowed to keep the clothing or anything on set.
Yes.
This-
Thank you.
This is
Thank you.
if you were hired to do a job.
Yes, you hired me.
I love you, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
But listen to me.
Okay.
You're actually winning.
Okay. I'm just
Right now, everybody in here likes you.
okay.
You took the dresses that belongs to a showroom that gave them to him for the photo shoot. Do you see the problem with that?
I don't unfortunately see the problem because I get to keep the dresses. Like, don't you see how fascinating I am on the photo?
Yeah, I see all of that.
On the
I see
photo
how
shoot,
it's a
all of it.
lot of
I'm-
fascinating people in prison. Listen to me. Listen to me. I'm a taxpayer. But all that money down at that bank don't belong to me. If I go in there and take that money from that bank, cause I'm fabulous, And I am fabulous.
Yes, you are.
Let me tell you something. On the way out the bank, I'm going to tell jokes. I'm going to take pictures till I sign autographs. But I'm finna take my fabulous ass to prison. You hired him to give you a photo shoot. He's done everything. What's wrong with you? You're not gonna be able to smile and beautify your way through this thing called life. Yeah, I'm just sorry, it just doesn't work that way. Listen to me. From now on, this is what you should do. You should just educate yourself to the business. A good suggestion, a good thing I did was I tried to become the best me that I could be. My whole career goal was to become one of the premier stand-ups in the country. That was my goal. The GOAT is Richard Pryor. There was no way I would ever be that. I knew that. Anybody else set out for that journey, you're going to miss tomorrow. But I did set out to become the best that I could be. There would be no more Richard Pryors. There would be no more Adriana Limas. It's only one.
So it's only one Pinky Saroja in this planet?
There's only one. Thank you, Lord. Okay, now, in this complaint, you says that you didn't get the level of service I expected. Explain to me what you mean by that.
Oh, I didn't get the service. It's all thanks to you, Isaiah, that I did not get booked for big modeling gigs in Los Angeles.
That's because you're not a
Well, okay,
model. You can't pose. You can't walk. I
You
can't.
sabotaged me.
You're saying that Isaiah's the reason why?
No, she's
You
the reason why.
can't get modeling gigs. Why is that?
He got other models, big shows.
So why haven't you gotten the big shows?
Because he
Because of her
sabotaged me
ego. She,
How did he sabotage you?
by showing me the wrong pose, wrong walk.
I'm not a walking coach. I'm not a
Show
model
me
coach. I'm
the
a stylist.
walk.
I can't teach you how to walk.
Excuse me. Go over here by Bailiff Nancy for me. Okay, now, your walk is from there to this side over here.
Yes.
Hey, give me some music. Come on back.
I'm so confident. As a runway model.
Unbelievably confident.
Yeah.
I've very rarely seen anything like it. Now, you're a nice young lady. You got a nice personality. It's some things you got, and you probably got a great future doing something.
Yes, I'm a student in real estate.
There we go. We need to get this real estate license,
Yes,
and we need to get
California,
set in
state of
these
California.
houses. Cause let me tell you something. You need to cut all this walking out. Don't walk, don't spin, don't throw your hands up no more. Get you one of them billboards on the side of the road where you see she sells houses. You can be the #1 house. People see your pretty face up there and they'll want you to buy a house from you. That's where your future lies, is in buying and selling real estate. Because I'm telling you right now, you got to stop walking in front of people. I'm telling you, this look crazy. It just look crazy. Look, I have a verdict. I've come to my conclusion. I'm not going to... Plaintiff is asking for a total of $2,000.
$2,000.
$1,500 for photo shoot services, transportation, hair, makeup, and you're asking for $300 in late fees and $200 for the stolen dresses that you admit you took.
Well, I took it because I look fabulous in it, and I'm a model. I get to
All
keep
that's
them.
good, but you look good in some stolen things. You're lucky this is small claims court because Adriana Lima, the Indian version, would be in Fulton County. Because that's stealing. You know what? Thank you for coming.
Indeed, Your Honor.
And the reason I'm thanking you is because I'm 64 years old. And in all of my life, I've never met you before. You are truly one of a kind. For you to come on television and state your case the way you did, and stand over there grinning like you finna win something, is one of the most amazing. Put your fist down. I've reached my verdict, but I can't even add it up no more. Sir, I'm gonna award you the $1,500 for the service fee, the $300 late fee, the $200 for the wardrobe. Man, I wish you'd have came in here and asked for pain and suffering.
I should have. Because I've been going through it.
You know what?
I've been going through it.
I don't know how you did it, but your daddy got money, ain't he?
Yes.
Good. I'm gonna give you $3,000.
Thank you.
$2,000 for your claim and $1,000 for your and I'm gonna dismiss your case, and don't you come in here or no other court. That's my verdict. And that's the way I see it.
Honestly, I'm so glad that Steve saw through all of her craziness and he was on my side and he awarded me what was rightfully owed to me. So I'm so grateful and so thankful.
I lost, I just wished him well on the victory. And I love the fact that Mr. Harvey told me that my potential is real estate.
See why...